All right, so we're diving straight into a story of secrets, power, and some seriously clandestine operations in a city where the shadows are, well, very much alive. This is the very beginning of a mission that was designed to be silent, precise, and completely off the books. But, as we're about to find out, some secrets have a way of clawing their way right into the light.
So, picture this. You're part of a covert team, right? You've been sent into a city under a total veil of secrecy. You step off the train, you're expecting to just melt into the night, and instead, you're greeted by this. A man in a dinner jacket standing next to a ridiculously flashy limo announcing that the city's ruler is throwing a party just for you. Your mission isn't just compromised, it's been blown wide open before you've even taken 2 steps.
And that is the billion-dollar question, isn't it? This public welcome, it's not just some inconvenience. It is a calculated message. Somebody knew they were coming. Somebody wanted them to be seen. The real question isn't just who, but why. This single moment flips their entire operation completely on its head.
Okay, so to really get why this welcome party is such a total catastrophe, we have to rewind a bit and look at the mission they were actually sent to do. This was never supposed to be a social call. It was a high-stakes, behind-the-scenes investigation.
Here's the lowdown. The ruler of the city, this Prince Cayenne, has just vanished. He's been gone for maybe up to a year, and his direct descendants, his children, they might be covering the whole thing up to hold on to power. So the team's job? First, figure out what happened to the prince. And second, just as important, make sure Portland stays loyal to the larger power structure. It's incredibly delicate and really, really dangerous work.
Now look, for a job this sensitive, you don't just send in any old crew. You assemble specialists, what they call a coterie, and you pull these operatives from all across the continent. They're total strangers to each other, and they're united only by their orders and a very particular set of skills.
And wow, what a team they've put together. We've got a forensics expert, a hard-as-nails enforcer, a sorcerer who's also a tech whiz, a famous DJ and socialite, a political operator, and a classic PI. It is a potent mix of muscle, magic, money, and manipulation. The real question, though, is can this group of absolute strangers actually manage to work together?
The person trying to keep this eclectic group in line? That's Conda, their liaison and field commander. She sets the tone from the get-go. Professional, focused, totally success-oriented. Her job is to make sure the mission gets done, and she's establishing a clear chain of command for what should be a very disciplined operation. But here's the thing. No matter how skilled or disciplined they are, every single member of this team is fighting a battle on 2 fronts. You've got the mission in front of them, and then you have the monster inside of them. And that internal struggle, it creates this constant, dangerous tension. See, every vampire has this thing they call the beast. It's this ravenous, instinctual part of their psyche that is always pushing them to give in to their darkest urges. It's a constant internal war for control. And if you lose that struggle, even for a second, the consequences can be absolutely devastating for the mission and for anyone who happens to be in their way. And this is where that internal struggle becomes a real, tangible risk. A vampire's hunger is always there, and it's represented by these special hunger dice. When they push their limits, they have to add these dice to their rolls. Now, if those specific dice come up badly, it can lead to some major complications. Like, you might succeed at hacking a computer, but the beast's influence makes you do it with so much ferocity that you literally smash the keyboard to pieces. Success comes at a cost, making your own nature your greatest enemy. So you've got this team of highly skilled predators, right? Each one fighting a monster inside them, sent on a mission that requires absolute, total discretion. The plan was simple. It was logical. Stay hidden. But, well, reality had other ideas.
I mean, these were Kina's own words on the train ride into the city. This was the primary rule, the foundation of the entire operation. Be ghosts. Leave no trace. Gather your intel without anyone even knowing you're there. That was the plan.
And then this. A limo so loud and obnoxious it might as well have a flashing neon sign on top that says, "Secret vampire spies are here." The plan for anonymity didn't just fail, it was spectacularly obliterated the second they stepped into the Portland night. They've got no choice but to just play along. So, with their cover just gone, the team is immediately on the defensive. They're ushered into the limo and whisked away not to some discreet safe house, but directly toward a party hosted by the very people they were sent to investigate. So their journey takes them up this steep, private railway, a funicular of all things, climbing the hills that overlook the city. And as they rise above the tree line, they see their destination, the historic Pittock Mansion, lit up like a beacon, and it's already packed with guests. They are being delivered directly into the lion's den, completely exposed and totally unprepared.
And this brings us right back to the central dilemma. This team was sent to be hunters, stalking the truth from the shadows. But from the moment they arrived, a spotlight has been fixed directly on them. It forces the ultimate question. In a city full of secrets, when you're the one everyone is watching, have you already become the prey?